Do you want to count us in? Welcome back to the Real People podcast.
We've had a bit of a break.
We're back.
Back at it.
Where have you been?
Been busy, haven't we? We've upped the production levels for series 2.
We're on camera.
Cameras, triple mics.
It's scary, isn't it?
It's good. Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to kind of getting back into this. Obviously, to people that have been asking us to come back, sorry it's took so long. As you can tell, we've been very busy, but we're committed.
We're back.
And we're really kind of gonna get more people's stories out there and share some of the amazing businesses that we know.
If you want to get involved, just follow us on socials, pop us a message.
Yeah.
And we can get you as a guest.
Give us a shout.
Free of charge.
Yeah. Come and tell us your story.
DM us.
Yeah. Just slide into our DMs. Let's go meet some people.
Smash series 2.
Welcome back to the Real People podcast.
We've had a bit of a break.
We're back.
Back at it.
Where have you been?
Been busy, haven't we?
Chocker, mate. Do you know what? I think the last episode, was it like February, March time it went out?
But we said we'd do 20 episodes.
I know, we've done 10.
We will do 20.
So, next 10 incoming.
Some big guests coming as well.
Yeah, no, it's got loads of demand as well. We'll end up doing more than 10,
yeah.
To be fair. I think we're just going to persevere, aren't we? Because I've had loads of people mithering me to bring it back. We'd like to take a moment to say a special thank you to the Village Hotel in Knowsley for hosting today's podcast. If you'd like to play host to a future episode of the Real People podcast, then please drop us a message and get in touch.
About the first series, we've upped the production levels for series 2.
We're on camera.
Cameras, triple mics.
It's scary, isn't it?
It's good. Looking forward to it.
Begged, borrowed and stole them all.
And a new venue.
Yes, yeah, no, really good. Shout out to the village there for
hosting us today.
Yeah. I think we should go on a bit of a road show.
Well, yeah, that's going to be part of the big plan, isn't it, when we do the podcast
the
live.
World tour.
People enjoy that, won't they?
Yeah, mega. How's things anyway?
Yeah, good. A lot going on.
Loads.
Added another string to the bow since.
Mega. Tell me more.
Window blinds. Back into it.
Back to windows.
Yeah.
Back
where
you started.
Yeah, opportunity to buy a franchise of Hillary's.
Yeah.
You know what? I really enjoyed it as well.
Yeah.
Just.
How do you rate the blinds in this room right now?
It's been better. Give them a quote before they leave. No, it's quite nice going out doing a bit of manual work.
Yeah.
You know, you feel a bit more like.
Been hard work though, or not?
Some days, yeah.
I was laughing the other day when I rang you and you said you'd been in that dead hot day and you said you'd done a conservatory.
Honestly, I was tempted then just to knock it all on the head pretty quick.
How sweaty was that?
Yeah, it was. No, you know what? It's good. Bit different.
Yeah.
But good to clear your mind and just get out.
Yeah.
Sat behind the computer and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just nice. Only do a couple of days a week with it.
Yeah.
But
it fits in around the other stuff you've got going on as well.
It's been enjoyable as well. So the plan is to maybe get somebody fitting and running it for me. So
is it scalable?
Yeah.
Entity like that? Yeah.
Not. It's a bit of a different model.
Yeah.
I could get someone fitting and just do a bit of selling, but you can dip in and out of it as you please.
Yeah.
So, but no, it's been good.
Good organisation, aren't they?
How's Quitline stuff going?
Good, yeah, chocker, mate. Really, really good. Just busier than ever. I think we're at the end of Q1 now of the financial year, and I've got a team meeting planned the next few weeks. I was making notes this morning at silly o'clock, like of what I'm going to talk about, and I was like, shit, there's loads that's gone on. Like, it was good, yeah. I'm to be fair, it's as businesses go, it's quite self-sustainable. Yeah. Obviously, got Paul kind of leading the charge there for us, which is allowing me to look at other things. Obviously, me and Stephen are very strategic on the business now instead of being in it.
Yeah.
Which does allow you to develop it and grow it and push new boundaries and stuff. So yeah, obviously we've stripped it right back to what we're good at. Stick to what you know, stick to what you're good at. But we're still now getting to the stage to look at other opportunities and what else is on the horizon and stuff.
Good.
So that was good, and obviously I'm that vain that I've now hired someone to follow me around with a camera.
Yeah, you've told me about this. Frank's with us today as well.
Yeah, with his camera.
With his camera. Good.
Do you know, to be fair, forgiving the obvious joke that I like people to follow me around the camera, it's actually a perfect example of how this whole business, networking, intertwining, knowing people work. So Frank first got involved with me through the football club on an internship from the university. He did some work for half a season last year with the football club, and then that finished. He finished uni, and it just like just making polite conversation really, like, oh, what are you going to do and stuff. And he said he quite fancied doing the media stuff, and it happened to be that Quicklime were looking for someone to do their media for them, so he's then come full circle. And
how does Nick find it when you're taking the dog for a walk and friends with you?
I don't think it's when we take the dog for a walk, that's the issue. But yeah, no, so again, perfect example of how you just don't know what opportunities will come knocking when you get to know people. Obviously he's now kind of getting involved in all the networks and stuff, and he's starting to grow his own network and getting an opportunity to produce loads of different types of content like this, for example.
You know, the networking's been five, hasn't it, the last 2 or 3 months.
How are your groups going?
Very well. 5 now, which is good. But some of the connections that have been made, and random connections, I'll not name any businesses, but there was somebody in one of the groups that asked for a dream introduction. A dream introduction on a Zoom call. And this is the power of just knowing people. And then someone put his hand up and said, I think I know them. And it turns out he played five-a-side with someone from that place. And he didn't just work there, this was the CEO he played five-a-side with. And from that conversation, the guy that wanted the intro has now got a permanent pop-up.
Wow.
In his dream.
It just shows though, and again, you know, it's like I had an interesting conversation this morning with somebody who was saying that they're very repetitive in saying this is who I want, this is who I want. And he said the reason I'm repetitive is because people know that I'm not going to shut up until I get it. And when I get it, I've got what I wanted kind of thing.
We had a Zoom call this morning, just people going around the room asking for stuff. And I said, you know, we always said it's a lot more than just business referrals, it's them linking up with people and connecting people. But just from can have an intro here, can have an intro though, I think you've always said you're never more than how many people away from someone.
I make it up, I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
No, I genuinely believe you're probably 3 phone calls away from the person that you want.
Yeah, and that's happening on the Zoom calls. So it's good, it's exciting to see people getting linked up with
I'm spending most of my time at the moment just networking.
I
was very like, because I've got that much going on, obviously with the various different ventures and stuff, I was like, I need to block me time. So I tried to be like, right, I'm only going to network with people on a Wednesday, and that doesn't work now. It's just because you've just got to find the opportunities. There's a guy, I think he was in maybe one of your groups who I've met with, we're both in the same industry, and his knowledge and expertise in this certain specific niche of our industry is massive. And now I'm like, that opens up a whole new labyrinth of opportunities for me. And it's massive, it's so vital.
For any business.
Definitely.
Small, massive.
Well, I've actually started getting involved in another networking group for businesses that are turning over kind of like a few million plus. But again, the people I'm sat in the room with there, you know, there's people who've sold the business for millions, and I'm sat in the room with them. And the nice thing to know is they still have the same issues that we all have in our businesses and lives. So just because they're dead successful
doesn't mean anything changes.
Doesn't mean that it gets any easier. Is that good or bad? Don't know.
But I think as having that peer group to discuss things with.
Oh, it's vital.
Massive. So that's good.
Vital. Well, we've got. I'm on 3 now. So, and I've got a perfect team that are running them for me. So we've got Liverpool South, and Southport, which launched a few months back. All doing really well.
Got good people running them as well.
Yeah, and I think that's the key. And you know, I'll go back to kind of like Quicklime and the way that's ticking over nicely. It's having the right people. And I think in a business, you have to surround yourself with people that you trust and you know do a job. Because that then frees you up as an entrepreneur to go on and look at other opportunities and stuff.
Well, I've just took my first group director on in Louise. We had us on as guest with her husband Steve. So she's running the Wigan group.
So if you come on as a guest, you're probably going to work in running a group for us.
So, but she's loving it.
Brilliant.
You know, she's been really big part of Real 5 St Helens and wanting to sort of get her teeth into running her own group. So that's going really well as well. How's things at the football club?
Good, Interestingly enough, I can't wait for the season to start. Everyone says, I must love close season, you get loads of time off, do you shine? No such thing. It's you tend to have to do more in the summer. Great, the players and that all get a lovely time off, but obviously when you're running the club, that's your time to get shit done. Like season starts, you then can't start doing all the projects and stuff. So yeah, going really well though, really good. You know, really optimistic with the season ahead. So I think it starts pre-season starts Saturday. So back to it.
I'm done with football at the minute. Just need a break from football.
I wish I could have one. Do you know what's not happening? The Euros.
Oh, I've enjoyed watching the Euros. Not England.
Just not England.
Yeah. I don't think Emma has, but it's just nice. You know, he's come in. These couple of days now, there's been nothing on. We've ended up having watched Tipping Points and all under the hammer. So it's just good to watch. Yeah. Just some random games. Yeah. But when it means something. I think we watched the Portugal and France game. No, Portugal and
Ronaldo losing his head.
Ronaldo crying, and then the Portugal keeper making 3 saves in a row.
Yes.
Penalty shootout.
Yeah.
Just mega watching.
Taylor looked good, Turkey.
Yeah, but Austria looked good.
Really good, yeah. They did really well.
And then Turkey knocked them out, didn't they?
Yeah.
But no, I think it's good to get behind something. Pubs have not been as busy as I thought they would have been.
No, but again, you know, if your national team's not performing, people aren't that bothered about going out.
But are they not performing?
Well, yeah.
I had this conversation with someone the other day. Now, obviously I've done a bit of grassroots coaching, so it's nothing, and you have as well, nothing at top level. But in any line of work, if someone comes up to Gareth and goes, struggling here, mate, well, his argument is, I've won the group, I won my qualifying group to get to the Euros, I've won my group in the Euros, I've won my last 16 match, what more do you want?
If the end goal and the outcome is
win the trophy,
and you do it really ugly, no, does it help? But then I think that comes back to obviously everything within business and the purpose of the podcast in terms of people's definition of success. You know, you could be running a multi-million pound company and have loads of money in the bank, but you are as successful as the dad of 2 who has multiple ventures ongoing, but he's still able to take his kids to school and pick them up.
I think that's success. I seen a really good post from someone who's in one of the Real 5 groups the other day. Gem's probably won't mind mentioning it. It was about what is success and not looking at what somebody else has done. And thinking it because you're not there or on that journey. You know, I think we've spoken about before. I can 99% of the time get to all of my kids' football matches. All the training sessions, school trips, anything like that you need to be at.
But that's like, I think time's the only commodity that you can't get back in it.
I've seen a really good post on Twitter, I think it was, that was talking about you'll spend most of your life knowing your children as adults. But you'll spend a small percentage of time watching them grow up. And you forget when you're actually bringing them up that
in the moment.
And now I think it's made me realise that you just want to just take as much of that time as
so important, isn't it?
And they don't care about money.
No.
We've done nice things, Florida, all them kind of nice holidays, but the ones that they always talk about and want to go back to is a camping holiday. You know, where they've just got the dad and the mum without mobile phones, without
technology distractions.
And it's just you. They didn't want you, they just want your time. So it's talking about the levels of success. I think
that's an interesting one to start asking people. What is their definition of success? That's going to be one of my questions.
Money's great and it makes things easier.
Is it money that you want though, or is it freedom that you want? Because the money
gives you the freedom,
buys you the time that gives you the freedom.
Because you'll know it as well as I know. I've spoken to many people that have come into money, had lots of money, lost lots of money. And there's never any renowned happiness because they've got a load of money. I've never come across anyone that goes, I was poor here, now I've got loads of money here, now I'm super happy. It's never been. Because the struggle from no money to get to money has been that hard. Then the money sort of means nothing when it comes.
It's the ones that get there by doing something that they love, isn't it? And then the magic then happens. Do you know what I mean?
But then people never do it for the money.
No. And then it's ironic, isn't it? Really. I'm planning at the moment, so I'm looking, obviously, going back on the not having the right people and looking after your people. I'm going to be doing some work within the business around like development plans for employees and stuff like that, and how to truly make sure they're fulfilled in what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that. I started reading again. I used to, if I go back, I was on like $2 or $3 a month at one point. I'm not that good yet, but I started picking up books again, and it's amazing the insights that you get from these people. Anyone that writes a book, I'm a great admirer of, because I think fair play, if you've got it there, get it on paper. But I'm reading one about values and about how you truly analyse and tap into what you really value in life, but then also how you then use them values to link it to what your job is or what your business is and stuff like that. And honestly, I was kind of reading it, I was like, this is amazing, and I'm really, really looking forward. I'm kind of drafting a few exercises that I'm going to do with the team. I'm really looking forward to seeing what I get out of it.
Have you done a lot of personal development before in terms of reading?
I always have. Do you know what? I've not done it for about 12 months, and I don't know what it is, but I'm back in the gym, nailing it. I thought, you know what, I'm going to start reading.
You know what? It's so powerful.
Yeah.
One of the businesses I'm involved with, Utility Warehouse, they are massive on personal development.
Yeah.
And you know, before I got involved with that business 7 years ago, I didn't really read.
Yeah.
Did the odd podcast or whatever, but they push it heavily.
If you're going to listen to a podcast, which one would it be?
The Real People podcast, now available on YouTube, Spotify, and all of this. But it's powerful.
Yeah. Do they give you kind of suggested?
There's one guy that comes up quite a bit. I don't know if you've ever heard of his stuff. A guy called Jim Rohn.
Yeah. Brilliant.
And, you know, you could. He's got a great voice. I normally listen to his stuff.
Right.
But he's just fantastic.
Yeah.
To listen to.
Yeah.
And I remember in a selling role, which you know you've been involved in. I think the obstacle that stops a lot of people selling is being concerned about what other people think.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that stops you selling, because kids are not bothered, and a lot of it reverts back to kids and how we mould them. Because kids will ask you for stuff. You know, I could bring my kids in, they won't think twice about asking you for a drink.
Yeah.
Not bothered, because that's kids are natural salespeople.
Yeah.
I remember one of the CDs we got in the starter kit talked about
CDs. When did you start?
7 years ago. Used to cassettes. Does Frank know what CDs are?
Probably not, actually.
It talked about a few of the average American.
Right.
And when the average American dies, how many people attend his funeral? Which is alarmingly a low number.
Yeah.
And then, depending on whether it rains or not, how many people will go to the graveside burial, right? And then after that, how many people will ever visit you again?
Wow.
Right? And the numbers are small.
Yeah.
And the point of the message is, stop worrying what other people think about you.
Yeah.
Because they don't care about you.
Yeah.
And once you start to realise that, and I think when you're selling stuff, the other person that you're selling to, there's got to be a level of, if you don't want your product, that's fine. No one's going to fall out over anything.
Yeah.
But I think reading the right books, understanding, you know, reading books made me understand ratios.
Yeah.
You know, if you need to sell 5 products, how many phone calls you need to make, how many pitches you need to do to sell X amount of products.
And the thing is, you can apply that to anything and everything.
Anything.
This podcast is brought to you in collaboration with Real 5 Networking. Real 5 Networking helps maximise your profits by opening new revenue streams, creating new business opportunities, and giving you the chance to work with like-minded, forward-thinking individuals in a refreshing, no-nonsense business group. Find out more about upcoming events at real5networking.com.
And there's a really good book called Go for No.
Right, okay.
Which the concept of that book is everything that you sell. Not everyone will always say yeah. You could have the best product in the world.
Yeah.
You could give it away, and people will still say no to you. You know, that's just the way people are. And once you understand your ratio, so it might be need to make 10 phone calls to get 5 pitches to sell 2 products. Those are your ratios. So then the idea of the book is
you target your rejections.
Target the rejections because the yeses will come afterwards.
Is that something you've applied as well? And worked?
Yeah, I know.
I suppose that's more of a mindset thing, isn't it? Because that's kind of like you're chasing the negative.
Yeah. If I go out on a Monday, even if it's selling blinds now, I think I have about a 75% conversion rate.
And do you track that?
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't.
With that, if I go out on a Monday and I have 3 sales calls and I sell none of them, I could go home and get the rope out and think I'm knocking all this on the head. But I know then that I've got my 3 no's out of the way on a Monday. Yeah. So when I go outside on a Friday and a Saturday, they're all probably going to be S's.
Yeah.
And it's very rare that that's not the
case. It is a numbers game, innit?
And I think once people understand that, you can pretty much do anything. I seen watching Good Morning Britain this morning, and I think we don't teach our kids enough about rejection and losing stuff. Yeah. And the council club are about trying to cancel sports day now at school because it's embarrassing for kids to lose.
I remember when I was in school, not as long ago as you think, they tried an alternative sports day where instead of races, you just went round and did different games and stuff, and everybody wins. Shittest sports day ever.
It's no point. But I've got a son who's ultra competitive in the sporting arena, wants to win everything, and we did it the other year, took the competitiveness away. He hated every minute of it. But because some kids are not good at sport, then should he suffer and not have time to shine? He might not be the best at English or maths or cooking or whatever, but everyone gets the chance to shine in something. And you shouldn't take it away from people just because. No. And kids have got to understand rejection. I've always said it on my lad's football journey. I want him to get rejected from places. Because that'll eventually make
it defines you as well, doesn't it? And it kind of builds your resilience.
Because in sport, in work, in life, you'll get knockbacks, you'll get rejections.
Every day.
So imagine every time you got rejection, you got the rope out again and think, I'll call it a day.
No, you're right though, aren't you?
And you watch, I showed the kids clips of Michael Jordan, and there's a really good clip. It talks about how many shots he missed, how many chances to win the game, the winning throws that he missed, but he's still regarded as the best basketball player of all time. But he failed. He failed a lot, but you've got to fail.
Of course you have.
And the more you keep trying, what happens is with ratios, that 10-5-2 I spoke about, the more you fail, that might become a 10-7-4. So your ratio.
But the thing is, every time that you fail, you learn. And you refine and you refine and you refine, and that's kind of it should be encouraged.
Failing should be encouraged.
When the kid falls off a bike, well done, go again.
they get back up and go again, don't they? You don't.
But it is an age thing. As for whatever reason, as people get older,
we stifle kids. Kids, imagine when you start walking, right? They fall over hundreds of times. We don't see adults walking around who can't walk.
Falling over.
Because they failed when they was 1 and 2. They still walk now. Frank's walking, you're walking, we're all walking. But we went through a massive failure period. Kept falling over, getting back
up and learn.
And it's only probably.
So what is it when you get to a certain age that creates that behaviour?
We say no to kids a lot.
Do you think that's what it is? That's the trigger? So people are scared, so let's take it back. People are scared to sell because they're scared of the no. But that's because
it's been
from a younger age.
We put that into them. You see, I always. My little lad, the goalkeeper Harrison, he'll fail. Carter will fail, but they have dreams. And my approach to dad is, and Carter asked me the other day, in 10 years when he's 18, would he be able to play in the World Cup? Absolutely. And I'll never tell him otherwise. If he doesn't make it, that's fine. He'll fail his own way. I'm not telling him. You're not
going to be the reason.
And I think.
But then, do you think though? Then looking at older people, is it inspiration? Do you know what I mean? As you get older, do you lose that ability or desire to dream?
I don't think you do. I think
because how many people really are walking around thinking I'm aspiring to be there in my life, versus how many people are just kind of rolling with the punches?
I think a lot of it comes to the people that you surround yourself with. So we had a thing at UT2 where I used to call people dream snatchers, and they'd be people who would tell you what you was doing was rubbish, and the only reason they ever do that is because they can't do it or won't do it. So they try and said to you, you can't do it, so you don't go off and make them feel inadequate by doing something that they've not done. And I think I've definitely noticed it with the networking. You know, if I go back 10 years to hanging around with the people I spent most of my time with then, I was quite happy on a mundane 9 to 5 job, earning a very mundane salary, and that was just me. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it. But as I've changed the people I surround myself with, people who are go-getters, want to try new things, I've ended up with 3 or 4 different income streams, and probably still not stopping now, wanting to find something else to go at. Where, you know, if you surround yourself with people that don't want to achieve anything.
I think you're right. And then they say, don't they, that you're the average of 5 people you spend your most time with. And again, it's for me, I call it kind of like the small fish analogy. I want to be the small fish in the big pond. Do you know what I mean? And that it's important that you find like-minded people.
If you have become bigger and better than everyone that you surround yourself with, you're in the wrong pond.
But there's a lot of people who'd be quite happy sitting in that pond.
And there's nothing wrong with that either.
No.
But I think the personal development stuff, like we've just got on a tangent here, but all that stuff is what trains the brain to be whatever you want to be.
And these are the kind of things that we want to be getting out of the guests that we're speaking to. So again, you know, format's going to be very much the same as we move forward, where we want to hear people's story. How did they get started? What was the trigger that made them think, I'm going to do this? And there's going to be some amazing inspirational people for us to speak to. But, you know, what is their definition of success? How and what do they do to invest in personal development? Are they still developing? And I think what you'll find is there'll be a very, very accurate correlation between very successful people that are still pushing themselves, developing every day.
But I think there's no successful people who don't believe in personal development.
No.
None. Zero. Watching a really good documentary on Netflix at the minute called Sprint. So if you've seen it yet.
No.
And that is all the mind. So it's based on the 100 metre runners.
Could have been one of them, you know.
Could have, someone should have.
Someone quelled me dream.
But you watch that, and they've got to run fast and all that lot, but it's a mindset thing. It's all mindset. They spend most of the year surrounded by the same 10 people they're going to race against. They've got to stand a metre apart.
Well, it's like, you know, I mentioned before, like I'm back in the gym now. How many times in your training in the gym do you get to that point where you think, I'm done now, I've had enough? And I'm one of them people who would throw my towel in and go. So, you know, I now go and work with a coach who makes me carry on. And that's mindset. Now, that's a behaviour I need to learn. But by working with someone, you learn that behaviour.
Absolutely. There's not many people who've got the mindset they can just do it themselves.
It's comfort, isn't it? So as soon as you're kind of like, you know, you're on your last set or whatever, and you reach that stage where you're like, I'm knackered. That's the moment that magic happens.
When the next set after that. This podcast is brought to you in collaboration with Quickline Couriers, specialists in same-day dedicated delivery. For more information, visit quicklinecouriers.co.uk. I don't know if you see footballers. We spoke about footballers a lot now. Younger footballers, Premier League footballers. You've seen like the demise of the likes of Dele Alli, Jesse Lingard, and the reason there's a demise is these people have got that much money that they don't actually need to do the work anymore. And then you've got someone like Cristiano Ronaldo, who has got a mindset that's stronger than probably anyone that you'll know. They're at 38, still playing in the Euros. And I don't know if you've seen the interview, someone asked him, how do you do it? And he said, nothing I do is a secret. My blueprint is out there for everybody to do. The problem is none of you will do it. And that's the truth. That's the truth of the matter. We live in an age now where anything's available on the internet. You can learn how to invest in property, how to run a multi-million-pound business.
It comes down to how much you want it. I had a conversation the other day with Stephen. We were talking about like potential opportunities and stuff for the business, and it was kind of like, we know, you know, we're both very intelligent people. We've set up a business that's very successful. We can do anything we turn our minds to. The challenge is, can we be asked? And you know, if there's enough desire and drive and commitment to get there, anyone can do anything. But it's anyone can do anything.
Again, it goes back to what's success. Now, for you and Stephen, it might be...
We might be living success.
this might be success. Now it might be that you only have to work Monday to Wednesday, and you can have Thursday, Friday off, and that for you is you've cracked it.
Yeah.
You know, I know people that have got more money than they ever need, but are still continuing to build pubs and hotels and restaurants and putting themselves through massive amounts of stress. It's not for the money, because they don't need the money.
At that point it doesn't become a financial commitment, does it? It's because they enjoy what they're doing. It's a challenge.
Doesn't need the money, but it continues to send rockets into space.
And is it no coincidence that when you've got there and you don't need the money, you then continue to do things that make you money because you start living your passion?
Yeah, it's got to be a dream. Yeah, you've got to love what you do. You know, because Elon Musk doesn't need any money.
No, he's crazy, isn't he?
Yeah, but he still wants to bring out mad new things.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos doesn't need money.
No.
But
imagine having that much money.
But they don't want the money.
No,
they want the success.
They're not doing it for the money, are they?
Yeah.
And they would never start when they started out. They never did it for the money.
And that's what I tell the kids when they play football: never play for money.
Yeah.
Play for the love of the game.
Yeah.
And Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't do it for money.
Yeah.
Obviously, he gets paid handsomely, whatever, and he probably
wouldn't. And he'll get the best deal for himself.
Yeah, and he probably wouldn't rock up at Rylands.
You never know.
But
can't say anything about last minute signings this summer,
but you could see the passion the other day when he missed a penalty that Thor might have sent his country out.
Yeah.
That he breaks down in tears.
Yeah.
That's not because he cares about the money.
Yeah.
We
must have been on a bonus.
Penalty bonus. We watched the Man City documentary the other day, and there's a really good clip in that which I was glad my little lad watched. It's where Riyad Mahrez and Jack Grealish are playing Waller.
Yeah.
At the training ground, and he said, "Do they do that every day?" I said, "Yeah." He went, "That's why I want to play football," and that's what it's got to be. It's got to be because they're having the crack with the mates every day, playing football.
And the thing is, it's true. You know, I've always tried to emphasise within the business, like, you've got to enjoy it, because the reality is, people are in these jobs, and certainly in an industry like logistics, it's one of the most stressful industries you can be in. But every day is different. But you've got to enjoy what you do, because you have to do it, because chances are you're there because you need to earn money to pay the bills and live. So you're going to spend a lot of time in work. Mm-hmm. Most of your life's going to be spent in work with the people that you work with. So do something that you at least have fun doing.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? You might not be living the dream, but
still enjoy doing it.
Enjoy yourself, have a bit of fun, and you know, there's nothing better as an employer to see your staff having fun.
And I think it's probably a good message for everyone. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, change it.
Yeah, because you don't get one shot at it.
Because everyone's talented. There's a cracking video on TikTok. We'll be on TikTok as well with the podcast.
Oh yeah, give us a follow. Is that be on TikTok? Follow, like, subscribe.
Yeah, just click everything. But it was
just not report.
A little girl on a football field, about 7, and she can't kick the ball. And when she misses the ball, she then goes and does 3 backflips. And it just said, you're all talented, but just make sure you're in the right arena to show what you're capable of. She should be a gymnastic, not playing football. But it's good to just see, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, go find something you do love doing.
Yeah.
And get stuck in with that.
Because time quickly creeps up on you. I had a conversation this morning about, there was a networking group that I wanted to attend. And the person said to me, well, if you're under 35, you do get a discount. And I couldn't quite tell if they were saying it because they thought I was over or under 35. But I will confirm the clock is ticking. So if I need my discount, I need to get on it quick. But no, good, really good. Listen, I'm really, really looking forward to kind of getting back into this. Obviously, to people that have been asking us to come back, sorry it's took so long. As you can tell, we've been very busy, but we're committed.
We're back.
And we're really kind of gonna get more people's stories out there, and share some of the amazing businesses that we know and work.
If you want to get involved, just follow us on socials, pop us a message, and we can get you as a guest.
Give us a shout, and
free of charge.
Yeah, come and tell us your story, because there's so much to take. I think if you think of the last series that we did, there was a takeaway from every single one of those.
And a real good blend of guests.
Yeah.
We had Dean Furman, footballer. We had fireman turned health and safety.
Yeah. We had Emily,
who's now had a baby.
Yeah. We were discussing that on the podcast, weren't we? So no, really, really, really interesting. And obviously, if you haven't listened to the previous episodes, please do. Obviously, they're not on video. We might have to get them back on just for the sake of the video. But, you know, please listen and share your thoughts as well. If there's anything that we're talking about and you've got an opinion on and you want to throw your thoughts in,
pop us a message.
Give us something to talk about. Yeah.
But not got an email address, have we?
Maybe we need to get an email address. Or is that I feel like we're more forward thinking than that.
DM us.
Yeah, just slide into our DMs. Brilliant, right, well, let's go meet some people.
Smash Series 2.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks guys, thank you. You've been listening to the Real People Podcast.
For more content, follow us on social media, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on your preferred podcast platform.